That is how to make green curry beef at home. Hi guys, how you all doing? Welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're going to make an easy Thai beef green curry. So we're going to make a green curry with beef. Let's show you how to do this. Right guys, what we got to do first, we've got to prepare our vegetables. You know, we're going to do our eggplants first. And if you've never seen an eggplant, you know, this is an eggplant. Okay, and what we need to do, we need to chop this and we need to put it in salted water to stop it from going brown. So what we need to do, we need to put some water in a bowl and we're going to put a pinch of salt in. So just a pinch of salt in there, and that is where we're going to put our eggplants. Right guys, first job then, what we're going to do, we need to take this stalk off here. We've got a stalk on, easy way is just cut through it, you know, and then we're going to cut this into quarters. So we've got a quarter of an eggplant, and then all we're going to do is we're going to put that in our salt water, and we'll do that with all our eggplants. Nice and steady, there's no rush on any of this guys. So cut our eggplants and dump them in our water. So that's our eggplants in there guys. We're going to leave that in that water and then they will not go brown. We got a couple of red chilies here, look. And all we're going to do with this, they don't actually give any heat into the curry as such. It's more of a decoration, and what we want to do is cut them long ways across. So we're slicing across to get that nice long piece on there to show in our curry when we actually make our curry. It's more of a dressing really than anything else. It's just going to look nice in our curry, you know, it's going to give us that splash of red in there. So all we're going to do is just put that to one side as well guys, you know. Right guys, and what we got to, you know, what you normally find in green curries is these type of berries. Now these type of berries are actually eggplant, but they're small eggplant, they're called pea eggplant. And what we need to do is just pull these off here, and what we're going to do is just put those in a bowl as well. But you know guys, if you can't get these small ones, it depends where you are in the world, you know, just put the big eggplant in. You don't have to put these small ones in. Okay, so that's our small eggplant, our little pea eggplant in there, look. So we'll put that to one side as well. Guys, so what we need to do, we need to put some kaffir lime leaves in. You know, to prep the kaffir lime leaves, what you've got to do, you've got to take this back spine out of here, and you just pull it out basically. Just pull it down. It doesn't matter if they all fall to pieces like that, you know. So just take out the back spine, not a problem. So guys, what we do with this, we don't really eat the kaffir lime leaves at all. You can eat them, but we don't eat them. They're really in there just for smell and put that little bit of a flavour in there, you know. It just gives it a little bit of an aroma. So that's our kaffir lime leaves. Right, so all we need to do is just put our kaffir lime leaves in a bowl and just put it to one side. So one of the main characteristics, guys, of our green curry is sweet basil leaves. So we need to take some leaves off there and put them in a bowl. So all we're going to do is just take off the top, pull off some leaves and put it in our bowl, guys. All we do, guys, is just put that to one side. Right guys, that's our ingredients prepped. I've already sliced up some beef, you know, sliced it up to about this thickness, you know, it's not too thick, as you can see. So I've sliced some beef, and it's actually topside beef I'm using. Okay, we got our eggplants in there, our sweet basil leaves, our kaffir lime leaves. We have our chili, our sliced chili, like I say, that's just there for show really. We've got our peas, our eggplant peas, fish sauce, coconut milk. We've got ready-made green curry paste, but there's a link on the site to actually make the green curry paste, and I'll put a link in the description. We're going to put in a little pinch of salt and sugar, guys. Now you can use palm sugar, any sugar. I'm using brown sugar. Now it's not a panic over the sugar, we only want to put a bit of sweetness in there, that's all. So I'm actually using brown sugar. So that's our ingredients, nice and easy. All we need to do now is crack on and make our green curry. Right guys, so I want to put a little bit of a flame on. Now this doesn't want to be too hot actually, because we don't want to be actually burning the coconut milk when we put it in. So it's on just a little bit. Right guys, just put a little bit of milk in there. And what we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit of water, because we don't want to burn any of this, and we want to make it a nice little bit of a runny substance in there. We're going to add a little bit of salt to this, and then we're going to put our beef in. So we're just going to put in a pinch of salt. Just give that a little stir in there, and then all we're going to do is add our beef. Now I'm going to add it like this because we've still got a little bit of fluid in there, because I actually used frozen beef and defrosted it. So all we're doing it by doing it like this, guys, we actually sear the meat. Or we don't sear it as in cook sear, but we do seal it with the coconut milk and the salt, and what will happen is it will keep our beef moist. So we'll just give that 1 or 2 minutes in there, just keep stirring it around so we don't actually burn the coconut milk on the bottom, and we're just going to give our beef a light cooking. So it's very easy. It's not hard at all actually. It's a simple recipe, and I can smell that beef already in there with that coconut milk. That smells fantastic. So that's about it guys, you know, all we're doing is just putting that little bit of a seal round there, and what we need to do now is take this meat out of here. So we'll just turn off the gas. So what we're going to do guys, we're just going to tip this whole contents of our meat and our juice, because it's going to sit in our juice there, you know, in our coconut milk, and we're just going to tip it into a bowl. So nice and gently we'll just tip it into a bowl, and we'll put it to one side. He says, burning his hand. So there we go, we put it in there, and we'll put our beef to one side. Put our pan back on, a little bit of a flame under again, because we did turn it off so we could do that over the flame. Back in with some more coconut milk, and this time we're just going to reduce that a little bit until the oil comes out and we get an aroma in the coconut milk. It's really easy actually, just be careful we don't want to burn it. So all we got to do is just gently keep stirring it. And I think that flame might be a little bit too high, so I'm just going to turn that down a little bit, because I can actually smell it's catching on the side. And what we need to do now is just add our green chili paste. So get our green chili paste in there, and we're going to give that a bit of a cooking in there till we get a really nice aroma and the oil separate in there from the curry paste into the coconut milk. It's dead easy this guys. Now that's a fantastic aroma already. That smells superb. So all we're doing is cooking the rawness out of that chili paste. Right, I think that flame's a little bit too high on there still, so we're going to turn it down a little bit. So what we need to do guys, we just need to keep adding our coconut milk and reducing and building up that flavour in there. And what will happen is all the oils and that will separate into the coconut milk and it won't burn. So it will cook properly and there'll be no rawness in there. It'll just have the flavour all the way through the coconut milk. So nice and gently, just keep stirring as it's cooking. So what we're looking for, guys, as we're doing this, look, as you can see, it's cooking nice and gently. And what we want to do, we want to actually see this split. We actually want to see the oil split in the coconut milk with this green curry paste. And then what we'll do, when it splits, we'll just add the contents of our beef that we have just cooked. So we don't need to add any more coconut milk. All we need to do now is just cook this gently until it splits. Guys, what we're looking to do here, we're actually trying to thicken this up so we get a nice creamy paste, because obviously we're going to put the beef in here and we're still going to cook the beef in here with this. So all we're doing is just reducing this down nice and gently. And that looks about right there, look guys, you can see it's just starting to split. So what we're going to do, we're going to add all of this back in there, including the milk and the juices. We get it all in there, stir it all in, get it fully incorporated with that green curry paste. And that's looking fantastic actually. So what we need to do, I think, we need to just turn up the flame a little bit, that's all. So we'll turn this flame up just a little bit. Now we don't want to go bananas, but we actually want to cook this through. Simple guys, really, isn't it? Really easy. So what we need to do, guys, we need to just give that a little stir around. Now this is a fairly easy, straightforward curry to make, because we're actually using our ready-made curry paste. You know, it's a little bit more complicated if you actually use fresh curry paste, because you have to make all the paste. And what we need to do now is add the coconut milk until we cover the meat. And there's just a little bit left in this carton. We'll just put it to one side, give that a little stir around, and then we're going to add our eggplants. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to add our eggplants in there, but we don't want to add all that water obviously, so we're just going to take them out of there. There we go. Give that a little stir in. Now you can see the build-up of our green curry, it's already started. That looks fantastic. It's got a fantastic green curry already. Right, what we're going to do, guys, we're just going to bob a lid on here actually. What we want to do is just cook that eggplant in there, so it's nice and easy. All that moisture will stay in that pan from those eggplants. Guys, what we're trying to do here, you know, we're going to actually try and cook this eggplant probably about 70%, 75% the way through, and then what we'll do, we'll add the small pea eggplant to our pan and carry on cooking. Right, let's just check our eggplants, guys. They don't take very long to cook actually. So just take our lid off, and then what we'll do, we'll just have a look at our eggplant, see if they're soft enough. They're still quite firm actually, but they're about right, you know, they're about 75% cooked. So just give that a little stir, and then what we need to do is add our pea eggplants. So I'll put our pea eggplants in there and stir it in. We're just going to cook that a little bit in there. We're going to put the lid back on, let them cook in there to soften up a little bit. That is looking absolutely fantastic. Right guys, let's whip our lid back off there again. Give that a little stir around. Now what we're going to do is give this a little taste test actually. And we might need to turn this down a little bit now, because this is actually bubbling away quite high. So what we'll do is we'll turn that down just a little bit. That'll cook gently away. And what we're going to do is give it a taste test. Now guys, we're taste testing this before we add any fish sauce or anything, you know, because our ready-made chili paste might be carrying too much salt. And it is. It is very salty. So we're not going to add any fish sauce. What we're going to do, we're going to add our brown sugar. Now we've got about a tablespoon of brown sugar there. So we're going to bob that in, stir that in, and then we'll give it another taste test. Because don't forget, a green curry, we ought to balance it out. You know, a green curry is fairly sweet with that little bit of underlying saltiness in there. But we don't need it too salty. Now we don't want to go too long because the eggplant will actually go soggy. And we don't want soggy eggplant. So let's give that another taste. See what that's like. That is actually very, very nice. That has got it. That's the flavour that we're after. A little bit salt, a little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat. That is really, really nice. So what we need to do now is chuck in the rest of our ingredients. So we're going to chuck our kaffir lime leaves in. We're going to chuck our red chilli in. We're going to give that a stir in actually. So just stir it in. And look at that in there, guys. That looks amazing. Guys, what I'm going to do, look, as you're looking here, look, it's thickening up just a little bit. So what I'm going to do, we've got a little bit of coconut milk left in this carton, and all we're going to do is drop this in here. But what we'll do is we'll actually take it around the outside of the pan, nice and gently, all the way around there. That's it, job done. Stir it in a little bit. We don't have to go bananas with this. You know, that milk's going to sit in there. Really nice. And then all we got to do now is bob our lid back on and give it a couple of minutes. And that's it. That's how, more or less, our green curry made. Come on, how easy is that? So what we do, guys, we'll just turn it up a little bit because we actually want that aroma to come out of those kaffir lime leaves into our green curry. Let's whip this lid off here. Give that a quick stir around. Chuck our sweet basil in there, stir it in, turn off the heat. That is our green curry done. Just look at that. That is superb. So all we need to do now, guys, is serve it up. That is how to make green curry beef at home. Guys, if you like what we're doing, don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.